As Christian mentioned, that I mostly just focus on pragmatics, academic writing, language teaching, and assessment also. But today's topic will be something interesting related to the another field. This is just the efficacy of using ebook and printed books just in students' reading achievement. Just we tried to conduct some research on this, and there were some results, and I would like to discuss this results with you today. So the purpose of today's research is to focus on finding out the significant different impact between using e-books, electronic books, and printed books in students' reading achievement at the sophomore groups of Bukhara State University, Uzbekistan. Let's start with some statistics. As all of you know that in most parts of the world, like using the electronic types of the books were not so a solid amount before the COVID-19 period. And that was also say same in Uzbek higher education. So in Uzbek higher education, e-textbooks mostly held almost 1% share before COVID-19 period. So according to Manopova, so she predicted that over the next 5 years, it's almost about 2027 and 2028. So in Uzbekistan, this indicator will surpass 18% of combined new textbook sales for higher education. According to another just researcher, Baturbekova, it's evident that more than 13% of higher education students have actually purchased e-textbooks as a part of their studies. Uh, like uh, Traditionally in Bukhara State University before the COVID-19 period, most of the observation in teaching English in Bukhara State University, P-books just mostly used by the teachers in the teaching activity. But as we know that in the pandemic period, teachers just should use ebooks, and that just was a kind of paramount shift in using like ebooks in higher education also. So to solve the problem about, we planned to find out the impact of these tools, ebooks. Just it was held in sophomore students, I mean the second year students of Bukhara State University Foreign Languages Department who are specializing in learning English. And as a researcher, just I intended to discuss the impact of using ebook and p-book in students' reading achievement at the second year students of Bukhara State University here in Uzbekistan. And just we discussed a lot of things, just we had a lot of like research to discuss. And here just we mostly focused on two claims. The first one was mentioned by Sapkiv, where he says that there are no significant differences in either reading comprehension and motivation levels based on the book format. On the other hand, Reid emphasized that ebooks contain engaging reading features that help students improve reading comprehension. So thus, just we had a question, and that was a crucial question to discuss. Do students using electronic books display different reading comprehension and motivation levels than students using traditional P-books, I mean print books? So we tried to discuss this question and try to have some conclusions related to this. As we mentioned, just we did a lot of just research and investigated a lot of types of the works by Strager. So then we had analyzed the works of Kiryakova, Nakamoto, Zubarev, Gross and all, and just most of them just mentioned about the advantages of this using like electronic books, such they mentioned that ebooks can be like more portable, fun, and easy to use. But you know, just that was from all over the world, and just maybe it could be different in our just culture, in our just education system. Therefore, we decided to have this one in our own culture, and that was something interesting based to the research. According to the research message, just we chose the quality experimental research that consists of pre-test, treatment, and post-test. So it's designed to know whether there was a change to sample after given treatment. So as I say that, why this method has been chosen. So we wanted to see the shift, I mean the change after the giving sample after giving treatment. And the objective of the research was to find out significant different impact between using ebook and p-book in students' reading achievement. Let's talk about the moments about the pre-test and post-test. So pre-test must be followed by students in experimental class and control class before giving treatment using ebook and p-book. The post-test was conducted to find out the change of the students after being treated. In this study, the population was all of the second year students of Bukhara State University, consist of 4 classes with 60 students, and we used purposive sampling here. So the instrument of the study was reading test. This was a kind of narrative reading test, and we chose it as an instrument. So the researcher t-test to know the result of the study, and it aimed to find out the significant different impact between using ebook and p-book in students' reading achievement. Let's discuss some results of the students. Here, just you can see the table number 1, which is named titled as a student score of experimental class. So here, based on the rate of the percentage on table 1 in pretest, it's found that there is no students got excellent classification, very good classification, good classification, fairly good classification, and fair classification. Students got poor classification, so 6, and students got very poor classification, 3. Then in post-test, it was found that no one student got excellent classification, very good classification, and good classification, fairly good classification, fair classification, and poor classification. So students got very poor classification. Here it's on 9. And now let's turn to the second table. This is table number 2 that was just based on the students' rate percentage and frequency in control class. And this table shows the students' score in control class. Here we can see the columns, almost the same, just parts. Based on the rate of the percentage on the table 2 in pre-test, it's found that they were not students got excellent classification, very good classification, fair classification, and poor classification. Students got fairly good classification, 7, and very poor classification, this is 2%. So then in post-test, it was found that they were not students got excellent classification, very good classification, fair classification, poor classification. Students got good classification here, 3 students, fairly good classification, 2 students, and very poor classification, 4 students. And let's continue with the next table. Here we can see that mean score and standard deviation of using ebook and p-book. So this table based on the mean score and standard deviation. Let's try to discuss a moment. So based on this table, we can see that experimental class mean score of pre-test and post-test decreased. So it was a bit decreased. In the mean score of pre-test was 41%, while the students' mean score of post-test was 33, almost 34, and the standard deviation of the test was almost 11, while the standard deviation of post-test was 8.2. If we talk about the control class, so in control class, the mean score of pre-test and post-test was improved. So there's like opposite, controversial. In the pre-test, the students, sorry. Okay. So am I audible now? Am I audible?
Sure, we can hear you, yes.
Okay.
It was just some phone in the background, but we could hear you all along. You're fine.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, like, just I was talking about the control class, and the mean score of pre-test and post-test was improved. The In the pre-test, students' mean score was 60, and in the post-test, students just show here almost 60 also. Reading achievement was improved and became 61.11. Here, just almost 62%. The standard variation of pre-test in control. Pre-test control was 21.36, while the standard deviation of post-test in control was 21.78. So overall, just what I can say, it's like in conclusion, based on the discussion proposed in previous findings, we concluded here that using just ebook is better, giving positive impact than using just ebook in students' reading achievement. It proved by the students' mean score of the test and pre-test and post-test experimental class into, and you can see them in numbers also. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was the end of the my presentation.
Thank you, Erkin.